President Trump made the comment stating that the press is the enemy of the American people, which is an insane comment to make coming from a president. Generally speaking, attacks on the press, making it a sort of hostile environment for the press as an existential sort of thing and not a correctional thing, is a pretty crazy thing to do. It's something that, happens in dictatorships, authoritarian regimes. In Nazi Germany, Hitler's rise, he called them the Lügenpresse, which means, the fake press, fake news. So this is not something that is, democratic in any way. Now, the mainstream media does fuck up a lot, but saying that the press is the enemy of the American people is not the way really you should be putting it. Now, let's see what Sarah Huckabee Sanders said when pressed on whether or not the press is truly the enemy of the American people.
I think it would be a good thing if you were to say right here at this briefing that the press, the people who are gathered in this room right now, doing their jobs every day, asking questions of officials like the ones you brought forward earlier, are not the enemy of the people. I think we deserve that.
I think the president has made his position known. I also think it's ironic. I'm trying to answer your question. Okay, well, I politely waited, and I even called on you despite the fact that you interrupted me while calling on your colleague. I said it's ironic.
Which is why I interrupted.
I'm trying.
But if you finish, if you would not mind letting me have a follow-up, that would be fine. But
it's ironic, Jim, that not only you and the media attack the president for his rhetoric when they frequently lower the level of conversation in this country. Repeatedly, the media resorts to personal attacks without any content other than to incite anger. The media has attacked me personally on a number of occasions, including your own network, said I should be harassed as a life sentence, that I should be choked. ICE officials are not welcomed in their place of worship, and personal information is shared on the internet. When I was hosted by the Correspondents Association, of which almost all of you are members of, you brought a comedian up to attack my appearance and call me a traitor to my own gender. In fact, as I know, as far as I know, I'm the first press secretary in the history of the United States that's required Secret Service protection. The media continues to ratchet up the verbal assault against the president and everyone in this administration, and certainly we have a role to play, but the media has a role to play for the discourse in this country as well.
And sir, if you don't mind, if I may follow up, excuse me, you did not say in the course of those remarks that you just made that the press is not the enemy of the people. Are we to take it from what you just said? We all get put through the ringer. We all get put in the meat grinder in this town, and you're no exception. And I'm sorry that that happened to you. I wish that had not happened. But for the sake of this room, the people who are in this room, this democracy, this country, all the people around the world are watching what you're saying, Sarah, and the White House for the United States of America, the President of the United States should not refer to us as the enemy of the people. His own daughter acknowledges that, and all I'm asking you to do, Sarah, is to acknowledge that right now and right here.
I appreciate your passion. I share it. I've addressed this question. I've addressed my personal feelings. I'm here to speak on behalf of the president. He's made his comments clear.
Yeah, Sarah Huckabee Sanders is quite indeed the weasel. She really refuses to answer any questions legitimately, and when she does, she's just outright lying, making shit up. And here she just refuses. All you gotta say is, I don't think that, the press is the enemy of the people, because the press is literally right in front of you. So just say the press is not the enemy of the American people. That's all you have to say. But she decided not to, despite the fact of her being given the golden platter, the perfect opportunity to just be like, maybe he exaggerated, or I disagree with that statement of some sort, something like that. But she refuses to do so, and in my mind, she already had no credibility. But I mean, this just pushes you into the negative, because just the most common sense things of saying, okay, the press is vital to a functioning democracy, and so the press is not an enemy of the people. So, we've already done a bunch of segments on all of these lies that Sarah Huckabee Sanders propagates and just, states. So it's really, it really is just nothing new.